guys, welcome back to another one on Chugdi Football TV. Manchester United won, Fulham won, and I'm going to be talking about the Premier League game yesterday. I wanted to shoot the video yesterday, but I couldn't be bothered, so decided to make the video today. Ruben Amorim is in crisis. Amorim is in crisis. Manchester United's head coach is in crisis. I feel like it's not too early to say that he might be out of his depth. Like, I'm not a Manchester United fan, and it entertains me, to be fair, to see their downfall, right? And especially when I see some content creators I like in this space, in this football content making YouTube space, like people like Culture Cams and Saeed TV of Manchester United. I like seeing these guys wild out. I like seeing these guys in pain. But I always say that before I'm a fan of any club, I'm a fan of football first. And Manchester United is one of the most successful clubs ever in England, and it's a legendary club with an extensive trophy room, extensive success in as a football club, and they've had historical players to play for the club, even as a rival fan, players that I've loved, and if they played for my team, I would be happy. People like Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes, Ruben Fernandes, Cristiano Ronaldo, who is my GOAT. So Manchester United have, David Beckham, people like that. Manchester United have been pivotal in making the Premier League what it is, in all honesty. But it's crazy to see where they are right now. Last season they finished 15th. They lost the Europa final to Tottenham, and they have just been on a downward spiral for a while now, maybe like, let me say 3-4 years plus. They've changed coaches from Ole to Ragnick to Eric Ten Hag, and now to Ruben Amorim. And we really have to talk about Ruben Amorim. Is this his style of play efficient for the type of players that Manchester United have? It's one thing to have a set of a set type of players, and it's one thing to try to make these players adapt to the system you are, as a coach, to make these type of players adapt to the system you're trying to implement. Yes, it's very easy to say that, okay, as a professional footballer, you go through different coaches, you go through different clubs, and you constantly have to adapt to different playing styles. But there are certain playing styles that a coach might want to might require, but the type of players he has might not prosper in that, or might not fit in that playing style the coach wants to play. And I think that is the case with Manchester United here. I think that is the case with this Amorim's playing style. With the type of playing style he's trying to adopt, he needs midfielders with legs. He needs midfielders that can constantly go forward and come back, Basically, he needs mobile defenders. And the defenders mobile midfielders, and the midfielders Manchester United have at the moment are not necessarily midfielders with that energy. They have incredible midfielders midfielders like Casemiro, who is one of the greatest, in my opinion, DMs of all time. But it is clear that he doesn't have the legs anymore for the pattern of play that Amorim wants to adopt. Casemiro is not a player, especially at this point of his career, that his strong point is going, attacking, coming back, then doing the defensive midfield role at the same time. No, he's a disruptor. I would tag Casemiro as a disruptor, somebody that just breaks play and passes the ball, breaks play and passes the ball. Bruno Fernandes is, I wouldn't, as much as I feel like he can play the number 10 role, I wouldn't really classify him as a box to box type of midfielder. And and sometimes he's being played as a false nine and all this. It's too much. It's too much, and you can see that Manchester United are suffering. They're suffering, and their fans are suffering too under this under this tactic that Amorim is trying to adopt. And Amorim has, so far, he's failed. I was listening to a podcast, and I heard that Amorim has only won seven games in 30 league matches, or 30 Manchester United games so far. As a head coach, he's won only 7 games. That is relegation form. That is relegation form. If any other coach from any other team had this type of stats, he probably will be sacked by now. That is relegation form, to win only 7 games in 30 matches. That's crazy. That is crazy. Do you understand? And to be fair, I'll be honest with you, I didn't expect Manchester United to win. I didn't expect them to win the game yesterday against Fulham. I actually even expected them to lose. So even the fact that they drew is kind of a big deal for me on their behalf. And I thought that with the players that they just purchased into the team, Cunha, Benjamin Sesko, and Mbuemo, I actually thought that this was enough firepower to at least do something, to at least propel them more this season, at least help them do better than what they did last season. And to be fair, it's still early stages in the season. It's just 2 games into the season, so things can definitely change. Even after 7 games, things can definitely change. The fact is that it's still early. This is a new season. 2 games into the season, things can change, but things need to change fast, because I don't think Amorim has time, and I know that he feels the pressure. He's under pressure, because when you are a coach of teams like Chelsea, teams like Manchester United, teams like Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, teams like this, you don't really have time because of the history they have. They have a history and a track record of winning, of serial winning trophies and things like that. So they are spoilt with achievements on achievement. So they don't have time to, if you aren't up to par from when you take that job, your time is counting. It's counts down for you. And from social media and the Manchester United fans, I know Amorim they don't really. Amorim's time is ticking, and it's ticking fast. It's ticking and it's ticking fast. You see the game yesterday, Mbuemo had 7 touches, apparently the whole game. Cunha was decent. Benjamin Sesko again started from the bench, and it's, even when he came in, he didn't show any promise. It's like another Højlund. It's like Højlund 2.0. Do you understand? It's like Højlund 2.0. He didn't get a lot of touches on the ball. He's barely getting fed. So it's looking crazy. I always say that I'm a believer that a coach should play players in their right position. I don't like when coaches play players out of their natural position. Like, for example, Ahmad, he's playing right wing back. he shouldn't be playing there. He should not be playing there. He should be playing as a right winger because he's very good as a winger. He's very good one-on-one. His ball manipulation is very top tier. He can dribble, he can cut in, he can, you understand, do that Lamine Yamal, cut in and, curl the ball. He shouldn't be playing as a wing back. He shouldn't, and I know that maybe because the coach doesn't trust in Dalo. He doesn't trust in Dalot that much. That's why he's playing Ahmad there. But when you look at last season, Ahmad did better as a right winger than as a right back. So I know that because of the inclusion of Mbeumo, right? That is why he's playing Ahmad there, because it feels like Mbeumo is a better is a better right winger than Ahmad. But in my opinion, I would actually play Mbeumo as a striker. I'd rather play Mbeumo as a striker and play Ahmad as a right winger, or start Mbeumo right wing and start Benjamin Sesko. I think in the next game, in Man U's next game against Burnley, Man U's next game against Burnley, I think Amorim should start Benjamin Sesko. Give him a full 90 minutes. Let's see. Or even if you don't give him a full 90 minutes, give him at least like 65, 70 minutes. Let the fans see what he can do. When he gets, not all this, he enters for 15 minutes, for 20 minutes. No, give him a full 90 minutes run of game. Let's see what he can do. Things need to be tweaked. And Kobe Mino, 2 games now, he hasn't even played a minute. Why doesn't the coach try something different? Play what's his name? Bruno, because I know the coach, no matter what, won't drop Bruno, because Bruno is Manchester United's most creative player, creative midfielder, and that's fine. But let's Kobe Mino and maybe Casemiro play as the DMs, and what's his name? Bruno play as that number 10, and Cunha, Mbeumo, Ahmad, or Cunha, Sesko, Ahmad, or Cunha, Sesko, Mbeumo. Give Sesko a run of games, like 90 minutes. Let's see what he can do. There's no point buying a top striker and just leaving him on the bench. So yeah, it's crazy, but Amorim is under pressure. It's under pressure. But the thing is, if Amorim is sacked, who would Man U go get again? Who would they get again? Because you don't want to be that club that just constantly changes coach all the time when there's a crisis. But the time is ticking. 7 wins in 30 games is unacceptable for a team like Manchester United. I just have to keep it 100. I just have to keep it a buck. It's unacceptable. It is unacceptable. So, yeah, man, we have to see how things go. Because it's not looking good. Amorim needs to put that his the way he wants to play. He has this playing style. He has to push it to the side and adopt something sustaining for now. Let them at least win a run of games. Because if Man U loses to Burnley, because Burnley won their game. Burnley won their last game against Sunderland, I think it was. They won, was it 1-0 or 2-0? They won their last game. So there's a bit of motivation for them. And teams are not afraid of Manchester United. Teams are not afraid of Manchester United. If Amorim loses, if Manchester United loses against Burnley, the fans will be calling for Amorim's head. It is not, a draw wouldn't even be okay. He has to win that game, because just from last season, losing is now accustomed to Manchester United. Losing games it's now like second nature. I'm even surprised when I hear that they won a game. I'm expecting them to lose, and they never disappoint. So if Burnley beats them, newly Premier League appointed Burnley that just came from relegation, if they beat if they beat Manchester United in the next game, Amorim, people will be calling for your head, boy. Fans will be calling for your head. And that's it, man. That's all I just have to say. We have to wait to see how the next game goes. But, until then, keep it locked on this channel. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff so you can get the notifications on my videos. Until next time, peace.